Alice had an imaginary friend of whom she'd often think. She'd take her friend to the pub so both of them could drink. Now Alice would get shit-faced and her friend would get much worse, for though she came from Wonderland like a trooper, she would curse. She'd smash up doors and windows, claiming to be suffragette. And as the police gave chase, she'd cry, "You ain't seen nothing yet." Eventually she was captured and brought before the courts. The judge said, "You're a nasty girl with places for your sort." And Alice's life had gone, not quite the way she planned. They put her in an asylum. Eventually she was hanged. So if you have an imaginary friend whose temperaments may roam, take this little piece of advice, leave your mate at home. Now, just for the other example, a little bit of history. Again, similarly, people will throw alternative history suggestions to me. This one was, what if the dinosaurs had lived? So the meteor had missed the Earth. The dinosaurs went on to invent the blazing hearth. Tyrannosaurus rex with little arms made friction. Pterodactyls clapped and came up with erudition. Ankylosaurus turned heel, became the dinosaur to invent the wheel. Brontosaurus wrote romantic novels. Short and sweet is good with these. I try if I get a laugh, that's where I'll end it, you know. So we're going to try and do another little improvised one tonight if we can. What would you rather have, an alternative history or a fairy tale gone wrong?
Alternative history.
Alternative histories? Alternative histories, okay. So what's your favourite historic event?
Favourite historic event? Oh God.
Try not to be too obscure because I get embarrassed very easily. And we want everybody to enjoy it.
Well, because within the Banshee film was something related to the Scottish witch trials.
The Scottish witch trials, okay. And how would you change them? What's your alternative?
Gender bent.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. As it should have been. "Excuse me, ma'am," the young man said, touching his forelock. "I think you are mistaken, for I am no warlock. And I don't think you should do this. You don't want to see me hang. I'm not part of these people you call the witchy gang." Said our son, "You're mistaken. We do not hang the witches here. We're going to set you on fire, so you've got nothing to fear." Right, I have two more poems to do, and if I may, they're always quick with me.
Yes.
True story. I beg your pardon. Now, on an actual rare occasion, my improvised poems are there because I'm just generally too lazy to write normal poems. But I do have some normal poems. In fact, I have one that took me 10 years to write. Actually, or rather, 10 years to finish. The first 4 lines took about 10 minutes. The rest of it, that was the rest of the time that went by. So what would you rather have? An amusing fairy tale one, or the sensible one? You can get both. There is time for both.
Both.
Yeah. But which would you like first?
Sensible one.
Sensible one? Then we can end with a laugh. Fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give context for this because, you know, it's fun for you to guess. And down the road he may yet meet an old friend with weary feet, with harried stick and furrowed brow, the two shall walk together now. With so much to say, such time has passed, and with time enough to waste at last, and tales told in the firelight, until the dawn beyond the night. It was the second verse that it took my It used to have a middle verse, and then I quickly learned that actually sometimes it's better to remove things. So, for our last one of my urban horror fairy tales. in Boots went to town because it was the day to vote. But sadly back then the Tories won, so he built a pea green boat. He and lovely Al, they sailed far, far away. They found a fantastic land where you could be straight, bi or gay. Everyone was fantastic and believed in peace and love. It didn't matter if you worshipped trees and believed in God above. But sadly this voyage was ill-fraught, and someone always wrecks it. There was no freedom of movement and no escape from Brexit. And with that, thank you and good night.